All right, so today I wanted to take some time to show some appreciation for the preschool that our daughters go to. And it is this perfect time of year because we're coming to the end of the school year. And I just got this beautiful gift that the teachers made for my daughter Shay, who is in the twos classroom this year, and they're ending it. My daughter Quinn had the same teachers when she was 2, going on 3 as well. And this book was amazing. there's pictures of all the kids in here, and kind of talking about some of the things that they want to do when they grow up, and their favorite things, and what they love to do, and what they're excited about, and then just so many amazing pictures of all of them throughout the year. It's awesome, and it's one of the several reasons, or many reasons, why I love this preschool. And I thought it was an important topic to cover because we go to a Jewish preschool, and for me, when we first had Quinn and we were trying to figure out where to send her to school, there were a lot of options in our area, but it was hard to get into, and it was there were a lot of waiting lists, and there was a lot of trying to understand, like, what's the best choice and what's going to be the best fit for your child. And as a new parent, man, you overthink it so much, and you're like, what's good for us as a family? What's going to be the best situation for our child? And truthfully, like, we had some places closer to home that we were like, okay, well, this could be a good fit, and we just couldn't get in. And so we started looking around, and I found the school that we go to currently, and read some reviews, and I was like, hey, we should check this out. And I saw that it was a Jewish preschool, and as someone who is not religious, I didn't have it. There was nothing about, like, me being concerned outside of, like, hey, is it a situation where you can actually go to school and be received there in a positive way, and people aren't going to maybe judge you for not being in the same religion and stuff like that. I mean, that was the only thing that kind of came to my mind. But when I was reading reviews, it sounded like there were plenty of people outside of the Jewish faith who were very welcome there and loved being a part of the school. And so we took a tour, and just an amazing group of leadership and teachers there, and just warm and welcoming. And we felt very good about it. So we got on the wait list there. We only had to wait a couple months, and thankfully Quinn was able to get in. That was right before COVID hit. So, I mean, that's a whole nother story, how everything shut down for a little bit. But when we got back, and in 2020, when they started bringing kids back to school, and they had the crazy drop-offs, and teachers wearing masks and all, I mean, it was just an insane year that year in 2020. But there were a lot of things that I learned back then that I kind of reflect back on, and then looking at it now, of now not only having Quinn go through 4 years there, she's now off to a Catholic preschool. And so that's important to note too. Like, my wife is Catholic, and so we started at a Jewish preschool. Now Quinn's going to a Catholic school. Shay's going to end up at Catholic school. And I'm just here in the middle being like, hey, look, I just want to be around the best community possible, and finding my own spiritual path and understanding my relationship with God. But, part of I've wanted to do this video in the past, but part of the reason why I've been hesitant to do it is because you just don't want to say something that, like, number one, makes me look dumb. I just, and you also don't want to say anything that just doesn't come across the right way. But I just didn't really know that much about the Jewish faith, and I didn't know that many people that I can remember who were Jewish, where I just knew that, like, hey, here's a family who's Jewish, and that we spent time with. I have been super blessed in our neighborhood to not only have best friends now who are Jewish, who have kids that also, live in the neighborhood, play with our friends, also go to the same preschool at the same time too. That's been a blessing to me, but also just kind of learn a little bit more about how the kids are taught and brought up. And one of the things that I remember most was my first Tot Shabbat back in 2020, and going to that and celebrating with Quinn. And it was kind of like right after they started opening things back up for people, and they're like, hey, we can finally get together as a group and do Tot Shabbat. And it was a celebration, and they do it every Friday. And I love it. Like it's a fun way to celebrate, and you see a lot of joyful songs and dancing and people having fun, and they celebrate life in the right way, and they celebrate relationship with God, and they celebrate being grateful and the blessings that we all have. And it felt different than anything. I mean, my wife and I have gone to Catholic church since we've known each other, just to kind of go through it. And I remember telling my wife, I'm like, they should kind of take a page from that in Catholic church and try to make it feel more like a celebration, because it feels very somber sometimes going to Catholic church. It doesn't feel like a celebration. Obviously, this is preschool. It's maybe a little bit different. I haven't gone to a traditional, I guess, Jewish service, maybe. I'm trying to think if I have I'm not sure. But there was a big difference to me, and I was like, wow, sign me up for this. I like it. And then I started to learn even a little bit more about how they celebrated even during the week. One thing that always stood out to me was Havdalah. And Havdalah was, and I'm not, again, like, this is where I make myself sound like an idiot a little bit, because I don't know the exact definition or all the things that go beyond it. But my interpretation of Havdalah is it's something that you do to celebrate the start of a new week, and they do it on Monday, and it's to celebrate the start of a new week. And the story behind it, I don't remember right now, but in my mind, I just appreciate the energy behind it, and the reasoning behind it, and the taking a situation and saying, hey, we have a new week, let's celebrate, rather than most people, Monday is the start of a new week, and it's like the start of a long week, and something that people dread, and something that people are like, here we go, it's Monday again. And to think about being able to train your children, or teach, I think teaching is the right way, encourage them to be excited by a new week is very powerful, and something that I wish that I would have learned a long time ago too. And I've been trying to learn so much on my own journey over the past couple years, and trying to overcome some of the limiting beliefs, and some of the things, some of the old habits, and some of the just junk that has been circling my mind for the longest time. And when I see how happy that my daughters have been dropping them off at preschool, the support they get, the leadership, the community, the activities they get to do, and the lessons they are learning, I just couldn't be more excited for my girls. And I see a similar there. It's a different atmosphere to a certain extent. There's obviously a slightly different teaching going into the Catholic school, and Quinn going into kindergarten through that. And I love that community as well. Both of them have been amazing. And so, but I'm so grateful for being able to immerse myself into the Jewish community, and learn, and understand some of the mindset of why I believe like there's so many members of the Jewish community that are you know, so successful and loving and caring, and it's awesome to see. And I've been even more blown away just by the like I think probably that it's known that like who is and who is not, as far as, you know, I don't know the words to a lot of the songs, and so you're just there to try to be supportive. And so you probably for anybody who's in the community, they probably know who is Jewish and who isn't Jewish. And I've just been shown so much love and support, and it's just such an awesome community. And again, like, I don't even know how to put the words to it, and I don't want to sound like an idiot, but I'm just super grateful for it. And I just, when I think about some of the other parents that we've got to know, and some of the other kids that have been in Quinn and Shay's class, and the teachers, it's an awesome feeling. And I just wanted to share it because, again, I think it's important. There's so many people who are maybe judgmental about like where their kids should go, and maybe have a belief of like, hey, if we're in a certain religion, then we shouldn't have our children go to a school that maybe has some different beliefs. And I'm not a subscriber to that. I've as someone who's been kind of not having a religious home per se, I was excited to have Quinn and Shay learn both, so that you know, they could hear different ways of doing things, and they could hear different beliefs, and they could know that there's so many people with slightly different beliefs that still are all amazing people, and just can provide so much love and joy to your daily life. And as somebody who's like, that's been my key to being anti-religious, is the judgment. As I go in and I see people who are non-judgmental and just celebrate their faith and celebrate their life and are welcoming to others in a way that that's the stuff that I am attracted to and that I love, and that makes me want to be a part of it. And so the communities that we have gone to have made me a lot more open to just trying to connect and find my path a little bit more, whatever that is. And so it's been awesome. So we just had our last Shabbat of the year for Shay. That was like a week and a half ago, and I don't get to go to as many Shabbats. I probably get to go to maybe, let's call it 3 to 4 a year at this point, but it's always such a fun celebration, and it's good to see so many people there, and I just love it. So I thought it would be worth sharing, not only to anybody who was thinking about it, but I also wanted to share it for Quinn and Shay, who might be watching this later, and then our new baby who is on the way in a few weeks. They will be going to the same preschool, and excited for them to be a part of it as well. So that's all I got today. Again, super grateful for this book, all the memories, all the things I've learned, and my continued learning about so many things on the religious side, both on the Jewish side and on the Christian side, so that I can find the right path for me. So love everybody. Thank you. Have a great day. Talk soon.